Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Or is it just a hit and run? Hey, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again.
Hello everybody, it's Amber. This is another WOAH Wednesday where we talk about the things that are blowing up in our fandom. Okay, so my voice is a little in and out today, so yeah, there's that. So it's not necessarily like completely super duper problematic this week, but there was some stuff that happened and some stuff that I feel like needs to be, informed. So let's go ahead on and do this. As always, we're going to be starting out with the least problematic, which this week is Zayn. I have nothing on Zayn whatsoever. It's a recent picture that he had posted on his Instagram, but that's really about it. Also, Zayn's music video for Still Got Time was released, and I will be linking it down below so that you can go and see it, just in case you didn't get the opportunity to. Yeah, so he hasn't really been on Twitter in the past couple days, so, he's just kind of sort of just been doing his own little thing, Zayn's been in his own lane because Zayn's been working on some stuff, so he's going to be dropping some stuff on us that's going to have us shook. I already know it's going to, so we're just going to have to wait on it. So, other than that, that's all I have with Zayn. So now we're going to be moving on to Liam. Ever since Liam has been on daddy duties, like the real ones now, we haven't really heard from him. He hasn't really been doing anything. He hasn't really been active that much, like on Twitter or anything like that. And he actually just recently posted a picture of himself yesterday on his Instagram. It's him. Liam is so fine. Man, Liam's so fine. I can't. Did respond to Harry dropping his new song, and he had said, "Proud of you, H. Glad you're getting to do your own thing." I think it's the cutest thing ever whenever all the boys are supporting each other. So there was something that I had noticed. So I had went on Cheryl's Instagram to see if she was posting anything about the baby or whatever. So you mean to tell me that the baby then came out, this is y'all's first baby, okay? See, this, I'm telling you, this is the same thing, this is the same predicament I was in whenever it came with Freddie. You mean to tell me this is your first kid and you're not showing them off? Like, I get that you don't want to exploit your child. I get that. But for you to not want to post pictures at all, it's kind of throwing me off. Like, what do you mean? Like, the baby's been here for a while now. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. So whenever I went to Cheryl's page to see if she posted anything about the baby at all, which I'm pretty sure she did, I would have seen it everywhere else, and she didn't, it just kind of threw me off because it's like, babe, this is your first kid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. And so what I noticed is that, and for some reason I didn't notice this the day that I had saw it, he posted the same picture that Liam had posted on his Instagram announcing that they had a kid. So what I don't understand is, why didn't she post a picture of herself with the baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, you mean to tell me you didn't get no pictures of you in the bed with the baby laying? You know how all the women have the baby that come and lay on them while they still in the bed after they just gave birth, after they didn't clean the baby up. You mean to tell me there's no pictures of that at all? There's no pictures of you in the wheelchair with the baby, or you near the crib with the baby, or nothing of you in the hospital, like nothing at all? Like, I don't understand. Maybe you weren't looking good that day, I don't know, and you didn't want to take no picture, but you mean to tell me you ain't been looking good these past couple weeks for you to update us and take a picture of you and your child together, but you had to repost the same picture that Liam had posted, and that baby looked big. I know the baby's new, but that looked like a big baby. I don't know why. Maybe the baby was big. Didn't they say it was 7 pounds? Yeah, that was a big baby. But I just don't, it was just something that literally just dawned on me whenever I had went to her page, and I was just like, I wonder why she didn't post a picture of herself. Like, this is your baby too. Like, why didn't you post a picture of yourself with the baby and everything like that? And I'm not trying to make it seem like, why aren't you because I know a lot of celebrities, which, no, actually I don't. There aren't really too many celebrities that don't necessarily be out with their kids. Like, there's a point to exploiting your child, and then there's a point to being with your child and the paparazzi happening to catch you. But the fact that y'all have probably been bedridden or whatever, y'all been in the house, because ain't no paparazzi been of Liam at all. So it's like, Y'all just been staying in the house? Like y'all haven't taken baby out for the first time at the park or whatever? I mean, I know it's still a new baby, but damn, it's kind of shocking me that there's no paparazzi pics of the baby at all, or of them with the baby, or of them out, or anything like that. It's kind of really shocking me. It really is. Still no face of the baby, no videos of the baby, no noises from the baby. Like, I don't understand. You know, again, it's just how I felt the same way with Freddie, and I was like, why is it taking so long for us to see the damn baby? Where the baby at? You know? Like, what was going on? So that's just how I'm feeling right now with a lot of speculations. But again, there are still a lot of things going on. There are still a lot of people saying that they feel like the baby is not Liam's. They feel like the baby is her ex-husband's, but Liam is taking care of the baby like it is his type thing. You know what I mean? So there's still like a lot of stuff circulating around that. So I don't know, but that was just something that I noticed and something that I kind of sort of thought was kind of weird. But I would love to hear y'all's input on it, and if y'all kind of sort of see what I mean and see where I'm going with this. Okay, so Liam has been doing a lot of recent things. He's been in LA back to back to back to back to back. He's been caught with a couple fans in LA, and he's been taking a bunch of pictures and a bunch of selfies and posting them with his fine ass. And he's been posting of him in studios here and there and here. He's tweeting, you know, asking us, are we coming or what, and all this other stuff. Keep in mind that there is a rumor that's going around claiming that Liam is supposed to be dropping an album next month. So we got to be on the caution of that. And it seems like Liam is really getting on the ball, because now he's really posting pictures of him in the studio and posting pictures. You know, it seems like now he's really showing everybody that he active in this bitch. I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see what's going on with that. He liked this comment that somebody had said, I swear to God, if you have a song with Migos, I'm a nut. It's funny because he liked it, and this is funny. But there might be rumors saying that he might have a song with Migos. Like, seriously, I'm so ready for Liam's album. I really am, because he's just been in the studio with all these different rappers. You know, there's this little rumor with Migos, and he was in the studio with Drake, and you know, you see him with all these other rappers, and it's just like, bruh, what are you about to be serving me? Because I'm hungry. Like, come on, bring it on. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Of course, we talked a lot about the whole baby situation with him and Cheryl and everything like that. Well, supposedly, recently, we got a somewhat picture, I guess. This is as best I can get the picture from the Daily News or whatever, the Daily Mail. Is them, somebody holding the baby. I think that's Cheryl holding the little baby finger and everything like that. It's still not enough. It's not enough for me. It's not enough for the baby to almost be a month already. And we ain't got no videos. We ain't got no pictures. We don't have anything. Like, it's just throwing me off. And again, I'm not saying that you gotta exploit the baby or anything like that. That's not what you want to do. Don't do that, you know. It's just throwing me off that we have not seen this child. That's all I'm saying. We saw him in the little itty bitty little thing with Liam like this, but that's it. And it's like that isn't enough for me to satisfy my baby loving needs. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But I mean, whatever. Hopefully we'll get something better than just oh that's cute. Oh no, hopefully we're gonna get something a lot better than that. But that's all I have with Liam still, with all this recent stuff. So now we're going to be moving on to Louis. There was a lot of people upset. I don't know, maybe not necessarily upset, but there was just a lot of talk about these so-called matching outfits with Louis and Eleanor, right? So I haven't seen these matching outfits until today, because I was getting my information for WOAH Wednesday, right? And I was looking at it, and it's like, I can kind of sort of get where everybody's saying, like, they're wearing all black, and they got white shoes on. But whenever I'm thinking matching outfits, like, bitch, I'm thinking legit, they both got J's on, they both got this type of jean on with the same kind of holes, you know, all that. You know, I was just expecting, you know, pants with the same thing, whatever, the same kind of shirt, you know what I mean? Like, they both got sunglasses on, they both got the same Starbucks drink. I was thinking something like that. Like, whenever I hear matching outfits, I'm legit thinking matching outfits. Like, then we got some good news saying, in the clear, Louis Tomlinson will not be charged for airport brawl involving girlfriend Eleanor Calder. So that's really, really good. Which, again, I kind of sort of had a feeling that wasn't going to happen anyway, because Louis didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Louis was being harassed, if anything, and he saw his girlfriend getting beat up, so he ran over there and slung the girl off of him, like, off of her. Like, what else was he supposed to do? You know what I mean? So I'm happy that there was no bullshit happening with all this, and he actually got off because he deserved to. You know what I mean? The only new thing I have with Louis is that him and Eleanor had went to Coachella, and these are just a couple pictures that I got from them. I mean, other than that, you know, Louis just kind of sort of just been doing his own thing, you know. Oh, let me mention something though. Let me mention something. Bring up a baby. How about Louis' baby? What's up with that? How come we have, like, this literally just dawned on me. How come we have not seen Louis with his child in a while? What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Because you can easily go into court or whatever and they could have shared custody. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no possible way that you're going to tell me that he somehow lost connection with his child or whatever. Where's the baby at? You know, of course, clearly the baby's still with Brianna, but how come in the beginning of all of this Babygate stuff, we saw him with the baby? At least we saw them switching back and forth with the baby and everything like that. Now we don't see him with the baby at all. Is that not fishy to anybody? I just realized that ain't nobody brought that up. Like, that's kind of sketch to me that you have a whole 1-year-old child, but you're never seen with the 1-year-old child. You know what I'm saying? Louis, you're not on tour. It's not like he's on tour and he's super busy or whatever. He's going to Coachella. Like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? He has time, but you know what I'm saying? Like, why isn't he getting his baby and bringing his baby? You know, because when he was with Danielle, he was always with the baby. So I don't know if Eleanor ain't down to be on some baby mama ish or what. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I really don't. But it really did just come to my mind that we haven't seen him with Freddie in a while. And that's kind of freaking me out. It's kind of tripping me out a little bit. Things are getting fishy. Since things were already fishy, ever since I started WOAH Wednesdays, you know, everything was fishy every week. But now, things are really, it's starting to smell like the sea in this bitch. That's all I have with Louis. So now we're going to be moving on to Niall. These are just a couple recent pictures of Niall with some fans. Niall had won an Arnie Award for his golf passion and his charity work. I'm so proud of my baby. Oh, he looks so good. He's doing so great. So he had posted this picture on Twitter and had said, absolutely honored to have received an Arnie Award from Golf Digest. So a Zane page had put thumbs up underneath the picture. Turns out that's not actually Zane, but Niall didn't know that, and he liked the fact that he thought that, you know what I mean? He liked it, the tweet. Even though that wasn't Zane, I do like the idea of the fact that he assumed it was Zane and liked it, Zane's tweet, because Zane showed him support. You know what I mean? Which, again, I don't think that Zane and Niall have any kind of beef at all ever since Niall said something to him at the award show a couple months ago. You know what I mean? Which, again, it's already been confirmed that Niall ain't got no beef with Zane. Liam ain't got no beef with Zane. Louis has confirmed like 2 months ago that he and Zane are on better terms. They ain't got no beef with each other no more. They've talked about it, hell. The only people that do kind of sort of still got some tension is Zane and Harry. So, you know, we're almost there, you know, but it's really good to think of the fact that if that actually was Zane, that Niall would like the tweet. You know what I mean? I just think it's really cute. And this is just a recent picture of Niall. Niall still hasn't really been doing anything. Even a full week later, he's just chilling as always. But other than that, that's all I really have with Niall. Niall hasn't really been doing anything. No, now we're going to be moving on to Harry. Basically, because Harry's had this new single out, of course, he's been doing a lot of interviews and things of that sort. I think his was like, it like went to #1 in 40 countries in like 15 minutes or 5 minutes, something like that. It's doing really well. There's a lot of people who like snap me, you know, the fact that they hear his song on the radio. I have yet to hear his song on the radio. Come on, Texas, step it up. So for some reason, there was a whole lot. Oh my gosh, you guys, which I knew this was gonna happen. There's so much. There was just so much negative stuff happening whenever Harry had released his single, because there was just so many people that just couldn't help themselves to compare him to everybody else. So for some reason, everybody is comparing all the singles. So So they're comparing Harry's single to Louis' single to Niall's single and to Zayn's single whenever Zayn first went solo. And it's like, why? It's like, why are you doing this? And the thing that's throwing me off is that didn't nobody ever say nothing? Didn't nobody compare talking about some, oh, Niall's song compared to Zayn's song or Zayn's song compared to Louis' song? Didn't nobody say none of that? But the moment that Harry had released a song, somebody had to say something. The moment that Harry had released his song, somebody had to pin everybody against each other and try to make it seem like Harry's on a higher horse. I already said this. I say this all the time, you guys. I love Harry so much, and it's not Harry's fault. It's not none of these boys' fault. It's the fact that everybody wants to make this a fucking competition when it's not. When in reality, these boys were in a band together for 5 years. So why are you going to put them all against each other? Now, unless they trying to put themselves against each other, that's on them. But why are we trying to do that? Like, they have all completely different styles. Pillow Talk is different from This Town. This Town is different from Just Hold On. Just Hold On is different from Sign of Times. All of them is all completely different from each other. So I don't understand why, we have to, why people are feeling like they need to compare it. You know what I mean? This subject always pisses me off because it's just so unnecessary to me, and I just don't like they always got to put the boys against each other when the boys they have no intention to be fighting, with who's at the top, with whose single is better. Pretty sure they could care less just as long as they fans like it, you know what I mean? So there's this page that actually I follow on Twitter, where they just have a bunch of random percentages, just because I followed the page because the page was funny. But they tweeted this, right? And they said 98% of Britons see how Zayn had to include adult content in his single to prove he was an adult, but all Harry had to do was act like one. And that blew up, you guys. There were so many people talking about that. And it pissed me off because a lot of people have been saying that with this whole Harry versus Zayn feud, which this Harry versus Zayn feud has been happening since Zayn left. You know what I mean? I don't know why they specifically want to put Zayn and Harry against each other. But anyway, what I didn't like was that I didn't like that everybody's assuming that just because Zayn had cuss words in his single and just because he was cussing in some of the songs in his album meant that he was trying to break away from whatever One Direction image whatever, and because Harry didn't have any cuss words, it proves that Harry is more adult than Zayn is. And it's like, what? It's like, for one, that doesn't even make any sense. Don't make it seem like, oh, if you use cuss words, the older that you get, that means that you're trying to prove that you're an adult. No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with anything. That's probably just the style that Zayn wants to do. You know how some people just cuss in their songs? Some people just cuss in their songs, you know what I mean? And because Harry chose not to doesn't make Harry any better than Zayn. Just because, and then the thing that I was upset about also was the fact that didn't nobody say nothing. Didn't nobody bring up the fact that Niall didn't cuss in his song or that Louis didn't cuss in his song, and they didn't compare that to the fact that Zayn cussed in his, did they? No. But the moment that Harry didn't say not one cuss word, they was all like, see, Harry knows how to be an adult. He doesn't have to cuss to break away from One Direction. No, like, why are y'all doing that? Like, again, everybody wants to put Harry on this high-ass horse that is non-existent, but they always want to put him up against Zayn, and it doesn't make any sense. Because no doubt, Zayn and Harry got beef. They do. And that's on them, and that's on them if they ever want to fix it or if they just want to keep going with it. But that's because Zayn and Gigi be throwing shade at Harry, and they always have been. But Harry has been throwing some shade at Zayn too for the longest time, and they have yet to come back in contact with each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else didn't apologize to each other. They're the only ones that haven't. So that's on them. And it just seems like ever since then, everybody just really, really, really wants to, you know what I mean? Really wants to pin them against each other, and I don't like it because I just feel like it's unnecessarily stupid and it just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's just an input on it. There's just, that's all I was saying, was that there's just like a lot of people that are just putting them against each other, and it's bothering me, and that's always going to bother me because I'm a Zayn stan, and I stan OT4, I stan OT5, all just completely the same way. I love them all the same. I love all of their singles and everything, so it's hard for me, okay? It's hard for me because you can't sit here and tell me to pick a side. Whatever, that was just something that I just had to put out there because it is something that's very relevant, something that's still going on, something that I talked about in the last WOAH Wednesday, all of that. So, yeah. So last night some crazy stuff happened last night, right? So, all of a sudden, around 10 o'clock, right? Harry retweets a fan page's pictures of Louis. Heard my words. Harry Styles retweeted a picture of Louis. This was the tweet. You know, of course, everybody got screenshots. It was only up for 38 minutes. And then he took it down. It was only up for 38 minutes. I took the screenshots on my phone and on my computer. And your girl was shook. And so everybody was all like, oh my gosh, he's hacked. And it kind of sort of made me mad because it was like, you guys, how come he can't just, you know, why he got to be hacked to retweet a picture of Louis? Maybe Harry just made it to the point where he didn't give a damn no more. And he was just like, look, I like this picture of you and I'm going to retweet it, you know. But he did end up being hacked. That was around. And then there was a link, but it wasn't a link that you could just click. You know what I mean? So I had like copied the link and had put it in the thing, and it was kept saying that there was no page found and everything like that. I'm like, so what the point was? You know, what was the point in the link? This was before I found out that he actually was hacked. Somebody had told me and was like, take the G out and replace it with an HTTP. And you know what it takes you to? It takes you to a Tumblr site that has a bunch of Larry lookalike porn, bitch. A bunch of porn, bitch, with people that look like Harry and Louis, bitch. I was done. I was out of here. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And they had a bunch of links to a bunch of different sites that you can go to see lookalikes having sex. And then they had a bunch of smut links, you know, for like fanfics, and they had a bunch of audios of sex and everything that sounds like Louis. It was ridiculous, okay? It was low-key a dream. Like, you know, it was low-key a dark Larry dream, but but still, it was too much, okay? I didn't think, and then that was whenever I realized it was hacked, clearly, because he wouldn't just link to no Larry porn, would he? I don't think he would. Just the whole situation threw me off. And the fact that somebody thought it was okay to link to a site that had a bunch of Larry lookalike porn is too much, even to me, okay? Because he's an actual celebrity, you know what I'm saying? It'd be different if, like, oh, you did this to a fan page or something like that, because they could just take that, you know, they could just take it down, oh, you saw it, whoop-de-whoop. But it's the fact that Harry's famous. Harry's largely famous, you know? And so is Louis. They in the same band, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like that was inappropriate. I felt like that was too much. I really did. Because if you thought about replacing the G with the HTTP, then you was going to be in a whole other world that probably a lot of people ain't never been exposed to, you know what I mean? And also, you got to keep in mind that the media follows these guys. And there were articles talking about it and everything, talking about this whole this sex scandal and this porn and stuff. That's just too much. Like, that's messing with them now. That's messing with their career, with their lives. And I can't fuck with that, okay? I really can't. I don't know why they said Louis Tomlinson porn. They was both involved. But they was both involved in it. Whoever that was out of line for that. And I genuinely feel that way. But it was only up for 38 minutes. And then he took it down. Because whenever I saw what the link was, it wasn't funny to me anymore. I was just kind of like, okay, it was a line and you crossed it type thing. So I was hoping that he would actually take it down, because it was just getting more and more exposure and everything. It was getting too much. So I'm happy that he did take it down. But anyway, it was ridiculous. It was crazy. It really was. So Harry was on SNL Saturday on the 15th, and I had live streamed it, actually. Again, if you don't know about my live stream, I don't know what you're doing. I live stream almost every single night, 9:30 Central, on my Instagram, and it's linked below. Go follow it, or go and check it, you know, just know I'm going to be on there. And I usually be on there for a while, like for a couple hours and stuff. Be on there, drop by, stop by, say hi, and, you know, whatever's whatever, you know? Anyway, the reason why I brought that up is because I live streamed his performance. And he performed Sign of the Times. Y'all, he did so good. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I'm going to link down below both of his performances, because I'm pretty sure they're here on YouTube. He did so great, you guys. Like, seriously. And y'all know I don't boost. I'm not going to boost you if I really didn't feel that way. Like, I genuinely loved his performance. I loved everything about it. I loved how he was singing. I loved how whenever the high notes was coming, he would, like, leave from the mic. It was so intense. It was so realistic to me, and I loved it so much. I'm so proud of him. He performed that, and he performed a new song that's called Meet Me in New York. No, Ever Since New York was the new song that he had performed as well. It was really short. That's all I really remember about it. And I know that he played the guitar whenever he did it. It was really cool. It was magical. But I don't really remember like the lyrics to the song sue me, so I don't know. I'm gonna wait until his album comes out. Speaking of his album is supposed to be coming out May the 12th, I believe. And this is supposed to be his album cover. It's self-titled, so it's gonna be called Harry Styles. These are his songs: Meet Me in the Hallway, Sign of the Times, Carolina, Two Ghosts, Sweet Creature, Only Angel, Kiwi, Ever Since New York, Woman, From the Dining Tables. This is what his album's supposed to be looking like. It's supposed to be having pictures, exclusive 32 pictures of him in it and everything like that. You know, kind of sort of like the little One Direction ones. You know how sometimes they have, if you get the deluxe One Direction albums, if any of y'all know, the really tall ones that look like little books and they got little pictures in them. It's kind of like that basically. But it's all Harry. Make sure you get that. It's available to pre-order, and I'll link that down below where you can go and pre-order it if that's what you want to do. He was on Rolling Stones magazine looking like a fucking character from the 50s, yo. I can't. Like, it looks really, really good though. And if I can find the article where you can like read what he was talking about and everything, because he said a lot, but I don't have time to put that all up in there. He said a whole lot. So if I could find the article, I'll link that down below as well so that you can go and read it if you want to. It's him with some fans in New York. And then he was at a Rangers game in New York. And this is him in his beautiful face. There was something that happened, unfortunately. He was leaving. I don't know where he was leaving from. Probably SNL. I think it was the day after SNL. I'm not really 100% sure. But he was leaving from somewhere. And there was a car that was following him. And the driver or whatever. So they pulled over and they told the people that was following them, "Can you stop following us?" And they said, "Not until we get a picture with Harry." So these two girls basically stalked him. I mean, like that's boundaries right there. Like you crossing the line to the point where you're following him, to the point where they're feeling uncomfortable because you're following them too much, and to the point where you have the audacity to sit here and be like, "Oh, not until I get a picture." How forceful do you have to be? Is it really that crucial? I don't think it's that crucial, and that's coming from somebody. You know, I'm a mega fan. You know what I mean? I would be honored to see Louis or Harry or Liam, any of OT5, honestly, but not to the point where I'm following their car until they get so uncomfortable to the point where they gotta pull over and tell me to stop following them. That's ridiculous. Like that's doing far too much. Okay, and you're on the line of stalker. Okay, chill out. You know, it was just something that really blew up in the fandom with Harry. Yeah, you guys, that's it. That's all I have for you guys for WOAH Wednesday, which is packed into 2 weeks because who knows what happens to me whenever I need to post WOAH Wednesdays. If there's anything in this WOAH Wednesday that did kind of shake you a little bit that you want to talk about, feel free to. You know, I'm always open to your comments and your opinions and everything like that. If there's anything that I missed, feel free to comment them so that anybody else who's watching will know that there was something that they missed. If there's anything that you feel like I'm going to miss that blows up in the fandom or that you feel like needs to be talked about, feel free to always DM me on either Twitter or Instagram, which are down below. And at the conclusion of this video, always follow me on social medias, babe. I'm lit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will surely see y'all next time. Remember to keep your head up and smile, and always know that somebody has your back. Bye!